Well, with me right now is Ken Post of Hearing Remedy. He is the owner over at the location that is over by Coco's.
Just behind Coco's?
Yes.
Hearing Remedy.
Good to see you, sir,
Good to see
as
you.
always. And today, one of the subjects that we're going to talk about is wearing hearing aids being more acceptable today.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that over the years, people now have things in their ears, Bluetooth that connects to their phone. It's become kind of a norm, right?
Yeah, I mean, you see anywhere from the wired ones, wires coming down to the phone, or the new wireless Bluetooth ones, and it used to be you'd see people they'd have this one black thing hanging out of their ear.
Yeah.
Because I know people are they're like glued to their phone, and so they just have that on there all the time. So people are used to seeing that. It's commonplace, so it's a lot more acceptable to have something on your ears. And the other end of that is the hearing aids have also become much more discreet.
Right.
I mean, when we had something this large hanging behind your ear, it was much more noticeable, or something this big in your ear, it was much more noticeable than having a little
turn
tiny
these around,
one.
yeah.
A little tiny
hearing
ones,
aid.
yeah. So
let's put this on here so people can see. You know, I remember a couple years ago, even 2-3 years ago, they even got to the point where it was almost just the opposite. It was discreet, but behind there, they were very bright and colorful because of the time so many people were wearing Bluetooth headsets that were that size. They're now smaller. They made them look that way, and people could have different colors and stuff.
You can still do that.
Yeah.
You have your choice of colors. I've had one person pick a bright red for their hearing aids. So typically, most people want them to kind of blend in, but some people go, no, I want something bright there.
Yeah, I think it certainly does not have the stigma that it used to have, because, as I said, people are wearing things in their ears all the time. Not only just the small headphones, but the earbuds that people put on, where you just have something and it's just sticking down like a little stick in your ear.
Yeah.
And nobody thinks
all the different wireless configurations. They're just there, and people answer their phone, and it looks like they're talking to themselves.
Yeah. Now, tell me about as far as, is this a misconception that people think hearing aids will get you back to what your normal hearing was when you were 30 years old?
I think we've come to the point that it's very close to that.
Right.
And we actually have, the ones I'm wearing right now actually have a way to adjust in when it's very noisy to focus in on someone where you actually hear better than one would in normal hearing.
Oh,
it really tunes out all the noise around you and focuses right in on who you're talking to. And it's not one of the automated features of it because it's too narrow for kind of general. Okay. But you can actually, I can show you my phone where you can actually adjust that.
Sure, if you can bring up the app, that would be great.
Yeah.
Now, of course, so many of these phones have these apps, and so, maybe you can hold it out there towards the camera.
So you can see how this one's really narrow. You can actually adjust from a very wide
it's that easy.
Range. So this, right now, I'm hearing all the way around.
That's really interesting. Then, if you could just hold that, and we can take a, that is really interesting.
And then you can move it in, so it's very narrow, and I'm just hearing you, and all the noise around me just drops down.
That's great.
So it's pretty cool that you can get that much of a focus on that, and you actually do hear in a noisy place better than a normal hearing. And
of course, that app is available for iPhone and Android
devices. This app is
right?
specific to this manufacturer, to Signia, and like Whitex has their own app. You can do something somewhat similar to this with that app, and other companies have their own. Every manufacturer has its own app.
So this is something when someone comes in and talks to you about looking to get hearing aids, that you can go over, here's not only the different styles to look at, you can ask them, do you feel you want to be able to adjust this from your phone? Here's the different apps that they're out there. Maybe someone just says, you know what, this app is much easier for me to read or use, and that could be the decision maker.
That's an issue too.
Yeah.
One of the other new things that's out is one of the things you hear, especially as you have more hearing loss, is your voice kind of comes through in a not kind of normal sound. It sounds like kind of boomy out. And the new Signias they have where you go into my office and we actually fine tune your hearing aids to your voice so your voice doesn't sound boomy. It actually does a separate feature that when it notices it's your voice coming through, it tones things down so you don't have that booming.
That's very interesting.
So it's just amazing all the different features that come out with the latest hearing aids.
Another question I have for you, is it common that people need to do both ears at the same time, or is it sometimes it's just they have fairly good hearing in one ear, not so good in the other?
It's probably more common that both ears have a similar kind of loss. They're not exact, but they're fairly similar. But there are times when one ear is pretty good, the other ear needs a significant boost. What we don't want to do is, I only want one hearing aid, but both ears are down on a point where they need that. So if we boost one ear, the brain's going to start ignoring the other ear.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah.
So at that point, after a point, it won't start listening to that ear even if we boost it back up. So it's very important to keep at least both ears at a similar place of the brain. The brain likes to hear both ears. We hear 30% better when both ears are involved. So.
Interesting. And that's something that you go through when someone comes in and kind of figures out what
we
they
evaluate it. We're testing both ears independently, and then we look at to see what's going to be the best for their long-term hearing health.
Okay. When someone gets their hearing aids for the first time, what's the adjustment period? And I don't mean just getting used to wearing them. I mean fine-tuning them.
So we take about 45 to 60 days to fine-tune the hearing aids. So they'll come in for a first fit. Today, first fits are much more precise. The algorithms that the manufacturers use are much better, but there's still an amount of fine-tuning that goes on. So I'll have you come in after a week, and then we'll actually go over a little questionnaire I gave you to write some notes down from the week. How's this situation? How's that situation? And we take what you feed back to me and make some adjustments to the hearing aid. And we'll do that in another week, and we'll do that in a couple more weeks. The other thing that happens is if you've never worn hearing aids, you've gotten used to this quieter and quieter world. Okay, so your world is now down, it's nice, quiet. When we bring you up to normal hearing, your brain says, that's way too loud for me. So we inch you up. We bring you up slowly, so your brain gets used to this level, and then we bring you up a little bit more, and then it takes 4 to 6 weeks to get you up to where your prescription is for your hearing.
Okay, and I would assume during that time you encourage the individual to go out and do things that they would normally do. Go out to dinner, go take a walk on the beach if that's something they like to do, and put themselves in different situations to really get a feel of it.
Right, because we want the feedback of how well it worked in that situation, because we can adjust per situation. There's 9 situations in a lot of these hearing aids. We can take each little situation and make it better for you. If you're saying I'm having trouble hearing in a car, I can do and adjust it for the car.
All right, very good. Well, if you want to find out more about hearing aids, all the different varieties, the apps, Ken can certainly help you. Hearing Remedy is located right by Coco's. And what's the, is it Carlotta?
Yeah,
Avenida de Carlotta. The phone number is 949-340-8438. You can go online to Hearing Remedy and just put Hearing Remedy Laguna Hills. That gets you right there, and you'll get on there.
Gets us there.
Yep, hearingremedy.com. You can just go right to there. I have it right there, as a matter of fact. All right. Good to see you, Ken, as always. Take care. We'll be back.
Okay.